The ramblings of a madman can be very dangerous. Especially for those of you who listen.
Triple Threat is for a mature audience only.
It's time! It's time! It's
Triple Threat! Triple Threat!
Triple Threat is in effect.
Suplex City Gate on the mothership.
Welcome to another episode of Triple Threat. I am Big Daddy.
Triple Threat is in effect.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Big Daddy's Presents. Today we're going to talk about the WWE Evolution. The pay-per-view is this Sunday on the WWE Network. The first ever women's pay-per-view. I was very excited for this pay-per-view because WWE has a talent roster full of extraordinary women athletes, and I thought it was great. We get to see a lot of the best women that WWE has to offer. Unfortunately, as usual with WWE, something that looks good on paper always don't go as we all planned. So let's get into this card, and we're going to start out with the 6-woman tag with Bayley, Sasha Banks, Natalya versus the Riot Squad. You know, it's kind of sad you see Bayley and Sasha in the position that they're in. Well, a couple of years ago, they pretty much headlined NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, where everybody wanted to see Bayley winning the NXT Women's Championship. And it's sad because, you know, where they were in NXT then to where they are now, where the main roster pretty much screw over both of their characters and turn them into nothing. I mean, how do you go from Bayley being the female Cena, with everybody loving her and, you know, cheering her on, kids loving her, you know, basically what they want from John Cena, to nobody really cared about her, to practically almost booing this woman. Then you got Sasha Banks, who honestly, I don't understand why they don't turn her heel. Sasha is better as a bitch. You know, and it seems like WWE, for some crazy reason, they just don't want to turn certain people who should be heel, and some people who should be face. I just don't get it. And then you had the Riot Squad, which, honestly, out of all three of them, I only care about Ruby Riott. I mean, Liv Morgan, yes, she's hot, she looks good, and, you know, she says with a blue tongue, but she hasn't shown me anything that makes me say, yeah, she's a great wrestler. Nor has Sarah Logan. I mean, I don't get the whole Viking gimmick. I think that Viking gimmick only works with her fiance and his tag team partner if she was still in NXT. If she was in NXT with them as they valet. But that's just me. But I like Ruby Riott. I think she is an exceptional athlete. I think she proven herself. And now I think they wasted her with these 6-women tag matches, and she would be better off by herself. But, you know, that's just me. I'm going to have to go with Ruby Riott and the Riot Squad for the win. It's just sad that, you know, Bayley and Sasha is in this position where they should be much higher in the card. Honestly, I would prefer them face each other again, but hell, that's just me. The second match I want to talk about is the Toni Storm versus the Shuri match for the Mae Young Classic Finals. I gotta say, I haven't kept up with the Mae Young Classic. I'm still trying to get through half of it. Been busy with working on, but I've seen a lot of the match for Tony Storm. Like a lot. Both of them are going to be exceptional in WWE. Hopefully they stay in NXT longer before going up to the roster. For this match, I'm going to say Tony Storm gets the win. But this match is going to be awesome. Next match I want to talk about. We're going to try to get the ones that I do care about out of the way before we get to the bad ones that really doesn't interest me. The NXT Championship, the Pirate Princess, Kerri Singh versus Shayna Baszler. Let me say this. Shayna Baszler is very good. I like her character, the whole badass bitch persona. Fits Shayna Baszler. I like Kerri Singh also. Should be a great match like the one they had TakeOver. I think they're gonna keep it on the Pirate Princess. I would not be surprised if they call Shayna up to the main roster. I won't say before Survivor Series, maybe before the Royal Rumble or after the Royal Rumble. They might call her up. I would not be shocked if they do that, but I think they're going to keep it on the Pirate Princess, and I wouldn't be surprised if they call Shayna Baszler up to the main roster pretty soon. Next match is the WWE SmackDown Championship. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair in the last women's standing match. Like I said, that I love the heel version of Becky Lynch. She's been entertaining, and no matter how much WWE tries to get people to boo her, they're not gonna boo her. WWE needs to get through the thick skull that no matter what they try to do, that people aren't going to boo Becky Lynch. My advice for WWE is just let Becky stay as a heel. Let her have her attitude. Let her have this characteristic and go with it. And let people cheer her. My advice is to have Charlotte go heel and let her be the way she was when she was against Sasha. Because I think Charlotte is better as a heel. This is pretty much the only one of the 3 matches that I do care about. Both of them is probably gonna have a best match of the night, and I'm gonna stick with Becky because the time needs to stay on Becky a little while longer. I pretty much believe WWE wants the title back on Charlotte. I think that's a bad idea. I think Becky should hold it all the way up to Royal Rumble, because we all know they probably going to want to put the title on Charlotte to set up the feud between Charlotte and Ronda Rousey. So I'm going to say Becky for the win on this one. Now let's get into these other matches. The next match is the tag team of Trish Stratus and Lita versus Mickie James. And because of injury that Alexa Bliss suffered at a house show, she is out, and Alicia Fox is going to take a spot. The problem with this pay-per-view is they put a bunch of matches that nobody cares about. Cause first it was supposed to be Trish versus Alexa in a singles match, then Lita versus Mickie James in a singles match. Then all of a sudden, within 3 weeks, they decided to turn it into a tag match. And now with Alexa Bliss having an injury, she can't compete. And now it's a tag match with Alicia Fox and Mickie James versus Trish and Lita. And I gotta say, to me, that was a bad idea. I would have went with Trish versus Sasha, especially after the altercation that they had at the Women's Royal Rumble. You know, they would have been better off turning Sasha heel, having Trish come out, and then had Trish and her go at it and stand up for this pay-per-view. But for some reason, they didn't want to do that. And even though I love Mickie and I love Lita, I did really want to see Lita versus Mickie Part 2. I would have had Lita versus Alexa Bliss and Mickie versus one of the girls from NXT. Hell, I mean, they had what's the name? Mercedes Martinez. I would have had Mickie face Mercedes Martinez. Somebody else, but it's just sad. I would have preferred something else. I'm gonna go with Trish and Lita. I doubt they're gonna let Mickie James or Alicia Fox go over Trish and Lita. And the next match I want to talk about is the Battle Royal. Jesus Christ, WWE. This makes how many Battle Royals we had? We had the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. That was back in January. Then we had WrestleMania Battle Royale, which was the Fabulous Moolah, but because of controversy, they changed it to the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royale. And now we had this Battle Royale where the winner gets a shot at the title from their respective brands. Enough with the Battle Royale, though. I know that they're doing it to get everybody on the pay-per-view so everybody can be part of the pay-per-view, but they're running these Battle Royales to the ground. At this point, the Women's Battle Royal Rumble, which is, if they're going to do it next year, it's not really going to mean anything since it's only 3 months away. It's not going to mean that much if you had this winner get a title shot, then 3 months later we do another Women's Royal Rumble. It's not going to mean that much. We got some icons returning. Medusa's coming back. Not surprised since she was injured, or she was recovering from surgery during the first Women's Royal Rumble, so she couldn't participate in that. So that's obviously it's glad to see that she's coming in for this one. Ivory is going to be in the Battle Royal. Molly Holly, Michelle McCool. I gotta say, I want either Asuka, Amber Moon, and maybe I will go with Natalia. I mean, not Natalia. I'll go with Nia Jax, because honestly, there's nobody else in that Battle Royale that I would want to win other than Asuka. And if I had to pick somebody else, Nia Jax or Amber Moon. Like I said, it's just to get the other women wrestlers on there so they can be part of the pay-per-view. but you know, you're overdoing it with the Battle Royales, WWE. You're really overdoing it. It's not gonna feel the same. You know, the Royal Rumble, the Women's Royal Rumble is not going to feel important like it should be if you keep doing one Battle Royale after another Battle Royale after another one. It's just not gonna be that important. I mean, it would have been better if it was the NXT roster, you know, but, you know, like I said, I understand why they did it this way to get most of the women on the pay-per-view. Alright, let's get to this so-called main event, which is Ronda Rousey, the Raw's Women's Champion, versus Nikki Bella. Honestly, does WWE really believe that Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey is the best main event for this pay-per-view? Of all the people for them to pick to go against Ronda Rousey, they picked Nikki Bella. When the bells turned on Ronda, it was just cringeworthy at best. WWE actually believed that Nikki Bella and Brie Bella could beat down Ronda Rousey. Say what you real about Ronda Rousey and how, you know, a lot of guys, a lot of people on the internet talked about how, you know, how she she does a mixed martial arts and all that, but, you know, she really is, you know, a mixed martial arts. I want to say master. I don't know if that's the right term, but she's a professional. And for WWE to think that people will believe that Nikki Bella, whose only claim to fame is that she looks hot and, you know, doesn't look like she been in any fights most of her life, has a chance against Ronda Rousey. It's like me trying to go up against George Clooney as the sexiest man alive, and that is not happening. This could have been better used for somebody like Nia Jax. The last match that Nia and Ronda Rousey had was a good match, one of the best that Nia had since coming to the main roster. Or Asuka. I would have rather had Ronda versus Asuka for the title, because at least Asuka would be more believable of having a chance of kicking Ronda Rousey's ass than Nikki Bella. I mean, I'm sorry, though, but you're not gonna make me believe a woman like Nikki Bella, whose only claim to fame is she gets twirl her ass around and do a little sexy pose, can kick the crap out of Ronda Rousey. No matter how hard you try to prove to me that she has enough to take on Ronda Rousey, I'm sorry. You're not going to sell me on that. And also, another thing, Ronda needs to be the Ronda we knew from UFC. Remember when Ronda talked a lot of shit? She talked about Floyd Mayweather, how she would kick his ass. She talked all that junk to her opponents, that, you know, she would kick their ass, she don't give a shit about their feelings and all that crap. What happened to that Ronda? Did she get humble so much that she won't do that anymore? She's afraid to do that anymore? I mean, I know, you know, a lot of people gonna say, well, she talked all that shit about Nikki Bella that on that promo on Raw, but let me be honest. AJ Lee said the same shit about the Bella Twins beforehand. It's nothing new. AJ Lee did that before. Ronda's gonna have to come up with something a little bit more better. You know, she can't just say something that we already know. I mean, you gotta come up with something fresh, something new. You know, you can't just spout out the same old shit that we already know. But like I was going to say about the Kylie Sane and Shayna Baszler match, Ronda Rousey should be like Shayna Baszler. Her character should be what the Shayna Baszler character is now. This badass chick who will fuck you up if you get in her way. She's not that MMA friend. She's here to take charge, and she doesn't give a damn about your feelings. She's gonna fuck you up if you get in her way. That's what Ronda Rousey should be. What Shayna Baszler is in NXT, Ronda Rousey should be on the main roster. Like I said before, WWE has this bad habit of trying to turn people into faces when they should be heels, and heels who should be faces. And Ronda Rousey should be like Shayna Baszler is. There's no nonsense, badass women like she was in the UFC. And if she carries herself like Shayna Baszler, her character would be better off than she is now. And they need to put her with people who is more believable and having a chance to get Ronda Rousey instead of somebody like Nikki Bella. I'm sorry, but you could twirl your ass all you want, Nikki, but it'll be a cold day, you know, where before I would ever believe that you would have a chance against Ronda Rousey. It's just not gonna happen. With that being said, I think Ronda's gonna retain and pretty much destroy Nikki Bella. So with that being done, those are my predictions of WWE Evolution 2018. Hopefully this pay-per-view goes off without a hitch. Hopefully all matches will be better than I expect, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you got Twitch, come check me out over there at Twitch at Shada3121. If you got Twitter, check me out at Shada2131. That's SHADA2131. And I will see you guys later for the post show.